Good morning. I am going to do this like full body workout that I did with my class in the beginning of the week. It's just a really feel good all over workout. Some good hip opener stuff, a little bit of balance, and yeah. So let's get started. We're gonna start on a single red, and we're gonna start with some hip openers. So coming up to standing, I'm gonna start with my right side. So I've got my right leg forward by the leg of the reformer, left leg back. Square your shoulders, ribs, and hips, and sink into that right hip, lunging back and down. And resist as you come all the way back up and in. Sinking back and down, and resist as you come forward. We've got 3 more. Staying nice and tall for 2. Think of your tail pointing straight down. Hold it low here. Take your right hand onto the foot bar. Lift your left arm to the sky and lean up and back, stretching through that front side body. Control as you come all the way back in. Once again, sink back and down. Right hand on, left arm reaches up, and we side flex up and over towards the right. Control as you come all the way back in. Sink back and down, left hand on, and rotate open towards the back of the room. Coming all the way back in. Now, both hands down, straighten your front leg, and maybe walk your hands down the frame as you go into split stretch. Feel the length of your spine from head to tail, breathing into the hips. Slowly bring it all the way back in and carefully step on down. Now we're gonna face the reformer. My right foot is slightly turned out, engaging into that low glute. And my left foot, the arch of the foot, is gonna go on top of the shoulder pad. Hips are straight ahead. And we're gonna straighten this left leg and control as you bend the left leg. Extend and control as you bend. So we're trying not to let the hips hike or turn in the direction that we're straightening. Keep them square and steady. Straighten this left leg, hold. Continue to split stretch further to the left. I'm getting stopped by my ropes. I'm gonna take these guys off. My carriage was like, no, I'm not going any further. So straighten that leg. Continue to push further. Control as you come back in. Straighten through the leg. Continue to push further. That's better. Control as you come back in. For 3, thinking of your pelvis sinking down through the hips and thighs. 2, control as you come back in. One last time, straighten. Continue to push further. Control as you bring that back in. Draw your foot flat on the mat. Toes are turned towards your shoulder pad. I'm gonna lead with my right hip as I side lunge to the left and control back up. Side lunge to the left and control as I come back in. Two more. Last one. Sinking over. Control all the way back in. Take your left foot to the furthest shoulder pad. Draw your hands down on the mat and see how far out you can go for a wide leg split stretch. Maybe you can come down onto your forearms. Feel the length of your spine from head to tail. Stretching through the inner thighs, the groin. Deep breath in. Exhale as we slowly come back in. And we're just gonna go around and switch sides. So, left leg forward, right leg back. Stay nice and tall, squaring shoulders, ribs, and hips. Sinking into this left hip, lunging back. Control as you rise back up. Sinking back and down, and lifting back up tall. Halfway there, we've got 4. 3 more. Last 2. One last time. Sink down and hold. Left hand on the foot bar. Right arm goes up and we lean up and back. Control as you rise back up. Sink back and down. Left hand back on. Lean up and over to the left. Rise all the way back up. Right hand down, twisting open towards the back of the room. Control as you come back in. Now, straighten your front leg and straighten your back leg, finding length of your spine from head to tail. Stretch and breathe here. Control as you come all the way back in. Turning to face the reformer. Right arch on top of the shoulder pad. Hips are square. First we just extend and bend this right leg. Try to stay stacked over the left leg, not pushing any further yet. Straighten through the leg and hold. Continue to push further to the right. Inner thighs control you back in. Bending the leg back in. Straighten through the leg. Continue to push further to the right. Inner thighs control you in. Bend the leg back in. 3. Stay tall. Try not to look down because it makes you feel like you're leaning forward and going to go down. Think of how low can my pelvis go as opposed to how far can I go. Last 2. Good. One more time. Pushing out. Squeeze further. Control all the way back in. This time, we're going to flatten the foot on the mat. Toes turn towards the shoulder pad. Keeping this right leg bent, side lunge to the right. Control as you come back in. Side lunge to the right. And control as you come back in. Two more. Staying nice and tall. One last time. All the way back in. Taking your right foot at the furthest shoulder pad. Hands on the mat. Pushing out for wide leg split stretch. Flat back from head to tail. And once again, if you have that space, drop down onto your forearm. Breathing in and breathing out. Control as you come all the way back in. So we're going to stay on the same spring tension. Flatten your headrest if it's lifted. Grab your straps if you dropped them like me. And then we're going to sit facing through the back. So legs are long. Have about a hand's distance of space to your backside and the back edge of your mat. We're going to roll through the spine. Personally, for me, I like to soften my knees because I'm able to tuck my pelvis under more and not feel any tension or rigidity in my pelvis or lower back. So taking a deep breath in, Exhale as that pelvis starts to tip under, keeping my knees bent, rolling back. Relax the shoulders, relax the glutes. Pause here and breathe in, and then flex into the ribs to round you forward, maybe stretching over those thighs at the top. Roll it up to seated. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, tipping the tail under, rounding back. Pause and breathe in. Flex the ribs down towards the hips to curl you forward. Stretch and reach. 2 more. Pause and breathe in. Exhale, ribs curl forward. Upper abs round you to seated. 1 more time. Rolling back. Pause and breathe in. Exhale, ribs curl you all the way back up to seated, stretching forward over your thighs. Breathe into that low back. Maybe shaking your head no. Maybe shaking your head yes. And then roll it up to seated. So, sitting nice and tall, exhale those arms, pull down and back. Control as you release it forward. Exhale, squeeze, upper, mid, back, and shoulders. Work on keeping your wrists nice and straight, pointing down towards the floor so you get more of that connection into your back muscles, upper arm bones, and not your joints. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it back there. Move forward an inch, back an inch, forward an inch, back an inch. Exhale, press. Exhale, press. One more. And release. Arms out long, palms face in toward each other. Open those arms out to a T. Control as you bring it back in. Exhale, long arms open to a T and back to center. Think of moving from the upper arm bone, not your fists, not your hands. 3 more. Try not to move your shoulder blades across the back. Keep them steady and still. Last 1. Release it forward. We're really going to feel those back muscles because we're sticking with this. Soften the knees, curl the tail under, round the spine back. Stay here, open the arms, close, pull, and release. 3, 2, 1. Curl all the way back up to seated. We're going to do 1 single open and close and then curl back up. Take a deep breath in. Tip your tail under, round back. Open the arms, curl back up and close. Exhale, rounding back. Open the arms, curl back up and close. One more. Curl back up and close. Excuse me. Adding on again, we're going into rotation. So tip the tail under, round back. Lean your ribs and shoulders to the right. We're still opening out to a T as both arms pull and close for 5. Open for 4. Exhale for 3. Pull for 2. One last time. And then curl back up to seated. Take a deep breath in at the top. Exhale, tip the tail under, round back. Lean to the left. Exhale, pull for 5. Both straps are tight for 4. Don't lose any of that resistance. Last 2. Last 1. Curl back up to seated. Take a deep breath in at the top. Exhale, round back and hold. Open the arms and hold them steady. Lean to the right, lean to the left, lean to the right, lean to the left. For 2. Last round each side. Draw center, curl back up to seated. Go ahead and hang up your straps. Do a butterfly stretch. Soles of your feet together, knees wide, hinging forward. Breathing into the hips. Breathing into the low back. Good. Let's spin around, and we're gonna add another red on. If you're on this reformer, do a red and a blue. So 2 reds total, and we're gonna keep our headrest flat because we're gonna go into some bridging. So if your hamstrings tend to cramp, maybe your arches go on the foot bar. If your hamstrings are good, maybe we're on your heels. We're gonna articulate through the spine. So pressing through the back of the arms and shoulders, start to tip pubic bone towards belly button, peeling, curling, rolling that waistline away from the mat. Taking a deep breath in at the top, and then melting upper back, middle back, lower back. Tailbone lengthens out at the bottom. Taking a deep breath in, exhale, curling the tail towards you, rolling your hips up, breathing in at the top, melting down, upper back, middle back, lower back, tailbone. A few more of these. The more that you recruit through the upper arm bones, pressing down, the less likely you're recruiting into those feet, which then will cramp up those hamstrings and give you a Charlie horse. So really draw down into the shoulders, draw down into those upper arm bones to help connect you with your upper body. Let's do 2 more. Lowering with control. One last time. Rooting down, curling up. Hold it here at the top. Once again, stay in that upper body as we lift one leg to tabletop. Lower it down. Flex the other leg up and lower. Stay lifted in those hips as you march back and forth. Root down as you lift. Last round each side. Bring it center. Squeeze your hips up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lowering those hips all the way back down. So the first round we were articulating, we were curling. This time, we're gonna think of a flat back. So draw this left leg to tabletop. So try not to tuck your hips. Just recruit the upper arm bones as you lift up, and then drop the hips back down. Exhale, flat back, squeeze, and lower. 3, and down. Hinge from the hips. 4. Exhale, press and lift. 3 more. 2. Last one, stay lifted and hold. Push halfway back, exhale in. Push halfway back, exhale in. For 3, squeeze. 2, squeeze. 1, bring it in, hold it in, lower, down. Good. Bring your left foot on. Take that right leg to tabletop. Press down through the back of the arms and shoulders. No tucking of the hips. Think of a flat back. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Two more. Last one, we stay lifted and hold. Push halfway back, in. Push halfway back, in. 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Lower everything down. Both heels on your foot bar, Pilates the feet. Press all the way out long with those legs. Really feel like your legs are driving into the foot bar, like you're creating space between the bones and your pelvis. Keep pushing the foot bar away as your hips lift and hips lower. Long legs lift and lower. For 3, Last one, stay lifted and hold. Lift higher as you come in. Lengthen back out. Exhale to pull in. Inhale to stretch out. Three more. 2. Last one. Hold it into the bumper. Stay here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze up a little higher, and then melt. Upper back, middle back, lower back, tailbone. Let the left leg drape over your foot bar. Grab the back of your right leg. Kick that leg straight up to the sky. Flex and point your foot a few times. Circle the ankle around. Reverse those circles. Good. Lower that leg down. Let's switch sides. Left leg straight. Flex and point. Circle the ankle. Reverse those circles. Good. So make sure that your shoulders aren't shoved up in the shoulder pads. If you want your head rest up, you can go ahead and lift it. We're going to grab our straps behind us. Arms to the sky. Legs to tabletop. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as those arms lower, reaching long. Inhaling as those arms lift. Exhale to press. Inhaling to reach up. One more. Inhale, lift the arms. Add the head to curl forward, lifting into those upper abs. Control as you lower. Exhale, curl forward, lift and reach. Lowering with control. Exhale. Last one, stay lifted and hold. Single leg stretch, reach one leg and the other. Inhale, switch, exhale. Two more. Last one. And rest. Good. So, the next round, we're doing single leg stretch again. However, we're changing the arms at the same time we change our legs. So it's a little quicker pace than what we normally do. So, arms to the sky, legs to tabletop. Exhale, curl, head and chest forward. As you straighten the right leg, lift your arms up and then press and switch. Reach up with right leg, press with left. Up with right, press with left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Now we're going to do the same thing, but lead with the left leg. So, drawing knees back up, curl head and chest back up. As left leg straightens, arms reach up and press, switch. Reach with left, press with right. Reach with left, press with right. For 3, 2, 1, and rest. My mid-back feels so tight this morning. My head was just drifting back on that. Arms out to a T. Legs to tabletop. Exhale, your arms sweep into the sides. Open out wide to the sides. Exhale to pull. Inhale as you open. Feel the sides wrapping into your center as your arms pull into your body. One more. Taking it out. Add the head. Curl forward. Lift. Lowering with control. Exhale. Reach. Inhale. Lower. Stay lifted and hold. As legs extend, open arms, pull everything in, making a T. Exhale, close. Open, squeeze. 2 more, reach, flex. Last one, reach, flex, and rest. Go ahead and hang up your straps. Take your feet wide to the side, letting them fall to the right. Stretch and breathe here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Taking it over to the other side. Stretch and breathe here. Deep breath in. Exhale. Good. Carefully rock yourselves up to seated. You're going to change your spring to a lighter spring tension. Learn my lesson with those standing splits and moving my straps out of the way. So we're going to change down to a blue. Okay. I'm going to turn my fan on. It's been such a weird couple of days. This past week it was like, I don't know, 70, 80 here in Charlotte. And last night it got down to like the 30s. So usually it's cooler up here, but I'm getting hot. So we're gonna kneel on the mat, and I want my left knee in the middle of the mat, and then I'm gonna take my right leg out to the side, like so, okay? And then I'm pushing away with my right leg, and then control as I pull back in. Extend, squeezing that quad, keeping the hips square, and control as you pull back in. Two more. On this last one, we're gonna hold the right leg straight. Keep the left knee underneath you, lifting the left arm, and side flex up and over towards the right. Control as you lift back up, bending that knee back in. Press all the way out long. Lift the arm, stretch and reach up and over. Control as you rise up. Control as you bend in. One more time. Reach. Strong right leg. Lift and stretch. Rise back up. Control it in. One more version. Push out and hold. Now I'm focusing on the left leg, pushing further. Control the left leg under me. I don't change the right. Just the left leg this time. Pushes further. Control it back in. My right calf is cramping. One more. And control all the way back in. Whew, that right calf, I think I was pointing too hard. My leg was like, what are you doing? All right, we're gonna take our box for this next one. And we're gonna place the box right by the back edge of the reformer. So it's between the carriage and the back. So we're gonna put our left knee down. We're still working this right leg. The right leg is gonna go on the box. We want the right leg straight because we're connecting with the hamstring. As we pull the carriage forward and then control as we release it back. Make sure your leg is level with your hip. You don't want it outside of your body. You want it pulling straight ahead from that hip socket. Think of pulling more with the heel so you connect more under the leg, your hamstrings. We got 3 more. Control as you release. 2. Control as you reach away. One last time, hold it here. I like to place my right hand on my thigh. Lift the left arm, lean and stretch towards the right. Control as you release everything. 2 more of those. Exhale, pull and hold. Lift and stretch. Control as you release. One more time. Pull it in, hold, Stretch and reach, up and over. Control as you release. So, last variation. We're gonna hold the right leg steady, and we're gonna move just the left leg. So pull into the end, hold the right leg still, left leg moves back, under you, back, under, 3, pull, 4, pull, 5, 6, 7, 8, and release. Straighten the right leg, draw your hands to the frame, stretch out your hamstring, flexing those right toes back towards your nose. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Come down onto hands and knees. Maybe slide that box away. Hands on your frame, stacking shoulders and wrists, stacking hips and knees. Press down into the feet and shins as your knees slide forward, and inhale, back. Exhale, flex. Inhale, release. The more you press down into the feet and shins, the deeper connection you'll feel in the belly, lower and upper abs. Last 2. Last 1. And release. Sit it back into a child's pose, stretching through the lower back. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. So now we'll turn around to do this all over again on the other side. So first, right knee is down, left foot on the edge of your frame. Tall spine, push away with the left leg. Control as you come back in. Straighten, squeeze, control as you release. Halfway there. Two more. Last one. Hold it straight and strong. Lift the right arm as you side flex up and over to the left. Control as you rise up. Control as you bend in. Push away. Stretch and reach. Up and over. Control as you lift. Control it back in. Last time. Pushing out. Stretch and reach. Up and over. Rise back up. Bend your leg back in. Last version. Straighten through this left leg. Keep it strong. As the right leg pushes further, control it under you. Pushing out. Control it in. 3, 2, last one. Control all the way back in. Good. Carefully step on down. We've got to move our boxes to the other side of the frame. All right. Last version here is our hamstring. Talking too much. Right knee's down this time. Left leg's long. Exhale, pull with the left hamstring. Inhale as you release. Make sure your leg is level with your hip, not outside of your body. Feel like you're pulling with your heel the back of your thigh. Three more. 2. On this last one, hold it still. Lift the right arm, leaning to the left. Control as you release. Exhale, pull. Stretch and reach, up and over. Control as you release. One last time. Pull, stretch and reach, up and over. Control as you release. My tremor's kicking in. My legs are like, ugh, when are we done? All right, pull forward. Last one. Hold it still. Right leg out, in, out, in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one. And rest. Whew. Drop your hands down onto your frame. Straighten that left leg. Flex your toes towards your nose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Carefully step on down. We're going to turn these boxes to long boxes on the reformer. On the balanced body reformers, I would change to a single red. For this reformer, I would change, let's see, let's try a green and yellow. Green and yellow for this reformer. So, one red for balanced body, green and red for this one. Okay, we're sitting on the box. Try your little loops, try your big loops. We're doing bicep curls, so figure out what works for you. There's a lot of layering, so it's a lot of biceps. Sitting nice and tall. Exhale, flex in towards your temples. Keep your ribs heavy. Inhale, straighten the arms back out. Exhale as we flex. Inhale as we lengthen. Two more. Ribs are heavy, shoulders in pockets. Lifting towards those temples. Reach out long. Take a deep breath in. Tip your tail under. C curve back. Relax the shoulders, relax the glutes. Bicep curl, flexing in. Extend and reach. 2. 3 more. Feel that hollowing scoop of your belly for 2. Last 1. And then curl back up to seated. So this next round is where the layers start to add in. We're gonna stay on the same leg, okay? We're not changing legs, we're staying on the same one. So tip your tail under, C curve back, relax the shoulders. Exhale as you bicep curl, flex your right thigh in towards you. Release the arm and the leg, same leg, flex. Inhale, release, flex, and release. 2 more, flex. Last one, hold your flexion. Let the leg tap down, lift, tap, lift. For 3, 2, last one, hold the leg at table. Keep the leg still, straighten the arms. Exhale, flex, extend, bend. For 3, 2, last one, flex, release everything, curl back to seated. We gotta do it all over again on the other side. So take a deep breath in, tip under the tail, relax the shoulders, rounded spine. Left leg, bicep curl for 5. Tap it down, flex, and release. Stay lifted and hold. Just the leg, tap down, up, tap down, up. For 3, 2, last one. Hold the leg still, straighten the arms. Exhale, curl, extend, flex. For 3, 2, last one. Curl and release. Roll up to seated. Good job. All right, let's hang up our straps and spin around onto our bellies facing the foot bar. I'm going to change to 2 red springs, 2 reds for everybody. Hands outside the corner edges of your foot bar. Legs aren't dangling down. You can see when they do that, like my hips tent up. So feel your legs are just level, strong with the rest of your body. Shoulders are in pockets. As we straighten those arms, push away. Control as you bend back in. Press. And then we want to stay flat and low. When we lift the heart up like this, you're pressing a lot through the front of the shoulders, and you'll start to feel that in the mid-back. So we want to stay low. Visualize the ribs zipping down toward your hips so that your core stays more connected. Last 2. Last 1. Press and bend it back in. Slide your hands directly in front of your shoulders, dropping your elbows down in front of the box. I want my wrists to stay long over the top of the foot bar, not dropping under, okay? Tricep press, extend. Elbows drop down in front of the box as you bend in. Exhale to press and bend. With this one, if the 2 reds is too heavy, you can always drop down to a red and a blue. One more time, press and bend back in. Next, we're going to a single arm. So your red is the heavier. On this reformer, green is half of that. So if you want a lighter spring, the green is perfect. For the balanced body reformers, the blue is the lighter spring, okay? So we're gonna do a single arm variation. Take your hand out to the corner of the foot bar, not in front of your shoulder. Other arm can go behind the back or in front of your box. Exhale to press. Control as you come in. Shoulders stay square as you press. Control as you come in. Three more. Think of pressing from the back of the rib and shoulder. 2. One more time. We press. We bend it back in. Switch your hands. Shoulder square. I like my elbow at like a 45-degree angle. Extend. Control as you bend. Exhale, press. And bend back in. Two more. Last one. Press. Bending everything back in. Now, everybody's going to be on a single red. We're going to go into full swan. So legs are strong, belly's pulling in, hands out to the sides. Exhale as we press away. Shoulders press down. Start to lift the head, lift the heart, lifting the belly button. And then lengthen all the way back out. Keeping my legs engaged in those hamstrings, keeping them lifted as I lift up. Gives me more of a stretch through the front side body. Keep the glutes relaxed as best as you can. We're not trying to over squeeze them. They will engage, we just don't want them tight, taking over from that pelvic floor. Keep that connection with the inner thighs. 2 more. Last one. And lower. Bend your arms as you come in and carefully come on top of your box. Do a few cat and cows. Drop your head to your tail, rounding the spine. Lift your head, your tail, arching the spine. Exhale, flex, round. Inhale, lift, and lengthen. One more round. Good. So we're gonna turn our boxes to short boxes. We're gonna go into a little abdominal series. Add a couple extra springs just so your carriage stays still. Then we're gonna grab the strap at the end of the frame. Drawing your feet through the strap. I like Pilates V feet because it just helps me cut off my hip flexors. I'm going into rounded spine. Hug your ribs, your belly. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as your bottom tips under, starting to round back. As soon as my pelvis stops moving, my spine stops moving. Deep breath in, exhaling into those ribs to curl me to seated. Taking a deep breath in at the top, tip under the tail, C curve, rounding back. Pause here, breathing in. Exhale those ribs, curl us back up to seated. Inhaling at the top, exhale, rounding back. Pause and breathe in. Exhale, curls us back up to seated. Let's do 2 more. One more time. Good. Reach your arms out in front of you. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, the tail tips under, rounding back. Both of the arms lift, lower. Just the arm bones. Nothing else changes. 3, 4. One more.
Good morning.
And curl back up to seated. My computer thinks I'm talking to her. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, tip the tail under, roll behind the bottom, relax the shoulders. Lift your right arm and scissor switch. Last round. Reach your arms forward, curl through the spine to seated. Now we're gonna go into those obliques a little. So we're sweeping to the side. We're gonna alternate directions. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, tip underneath the tail first. Start to rotate open from the ribs and shoulders towards the right. Exhale, sweeps you all the way back up. Tail tips under, reach and rotate open towards the left. Exhale as you curl to seated. Rounding back, reach for 3. Rounding back. Make sure your legs don't pedal out, that your hips don't pedal out. They're staying still and reaching long. Last time to the left side. Curl all the way forward, diving forward towards your toes. Shaking your head no. Shaking your head yes. Roll it up to seated, plant your feet, do a figure 4. Crossing one ankle over your thigh, leaning forward. Switching sides. Stretch and breathe. Good. We're gonna get ready for feet and straps. So 2 reds on the Balanced Body Reformer. You can do 2 reds on this one. I feel like it's a little heavy and it gets kind of jointy for me, and I'm going on a car ride to Charleston. So I'm gonna do a red and a green for me on this reformer. It's just gonna make my hips feel a little bit more open with less pressure on the hips. Let's take those boxes off. You can have your headrest up or down, your choice. And let's lay on down for feet and straps. Pushing the carriage away, hooking up one foot and the other foot. Dropping that tail heavy, stretching those legs up to the sky. Feel that lovely hamstring stretch. Take a deep breath in. From the back of those legs, we press down and reach long. Tail stays heavy as we fold, stretch and lift back up. Exhale to lower. Inhale as we stretch and reach. Lower down to your point of control. Heels are glued together for frog. Bend, press and reach. Bend, exhale, press. All the way out long. Start to open those legs for circles, stretching all the way around. Pausing here at the top, let's reverse it. Two more. Last one. Stretch and fold those legs to the sky. Gently pulling down for a hamstring stretch. Maybe that low back kind of pulls away, wagging your tail a bit from right to left. Let the legs open out. Stretch and breathe here. Maybe rocking a bit from right to left. Good. And then we are all through. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope your body feels stronger and more flexible. Have a great rest of your day.